So yeah, so she got up there, she performed her hits. She performed Extraterrestrial, California Girls, Teenage Dream, I Kissed a Girl, and Firework. She also, if y'all noticed, did not perform Woman's World, but she got up there and performed her latest song, Lifetimes, which I also noticed when she performed Lifetime, she only did the chorus, which I pretty much said that's basically what that album is. That song is one big chorus. It's not even, there's no lyrics, basically. It's, you take, there's maybe a couple of little words thrown in, but literally she's repeating the chorus in the verse first, because there's no second verse. There's only one verse, a chorus, a bridge, a chorus, another chorus, and then it goes like she's repeating the same thing. So when you listen to the song, Lifetime is barely a song, it's just a damn chorus, which makes sense as to why that's the only part she sang when she got up there at the end. And it does work in a live setting, because as far as like a song, whatever, it's dated and tired. But her performing that on a tour is definitely gonna work. And I will say this, with all the stuff going on where they had her flying around like she was Pink, and then she was being thrown from one end of the stage to the other in the air, and then she's walking on top of the dancers' backs and all that stuff. A lot of the physicality that was going on in her performance, I will say, was impressive. I did think her show was, I mean, the performance was good. But then she had to, of course, go cringe with not only talking during when she won the award about, oh, and I did all of that on the first day of my period. Girl, we need to know that you on your menstrual cycle. I understand that women have this. I have a sister and I have a mother. I also have a goddaughter. And I've been around enough women to know about periods. However, I did not need to know this tea. And then what was even more gross was when she got up there and was making out with Orlando Bloom. And who I'm like, y'all want to sit up in here and throw shade at Madonna for talking about, oh, she busy sucking out the youth of all, like Britney and Christina and all these other people. If you looked at Orlando Bloom, who is on the later side of 40 and is about to hit, I think he's like 47, 48, about to be 50. Orlando Bloom look old. And that's no shade. Well, it is shade. But I used to think Orlando Bloom was attractive. Of course, back in the day when I used to watch him in Pirates of the Caribbean and Lord of the Rings, which is two of his most iconic roles anyway. I can't think of no other Orlando Bloom project except Lord of the Rings and that other movie I just forgot as fast as I said it. Pirates of the Caribbean. So according to the article, they said it. So the fans was mad. Not from, all that other stuff. They was mad over the fact that she was simulating bumping pocketbooks with Doshi during their performance, which of course takes a sample from Crystal Water, She's Homeless. So they said the Women's World singer took to the stage during the VMA ceremony at New York's UBS Arena on Wednesday, September 11th, where she sang a medley of some of her biggest hits in her career. Before she left the stage, several fans took to social media to share their unfiltered thoughts on Perry's performance, with some users online saying it was one of the best shows she's ever given. Katy Perry is putting on one of the best live performances I've ever seen in my life, ever. Well, you need to get out more. One person wrote on Twitter. Katy Perry low-key eating everyone up. Hashtag VMAs, a second suggested. Wouldn't go that far. Like, literally, I just named some of the top 3 performances. She ain't eat up Chapel Roan, so try again. Katy Perry opening her VMA speech after an insane performance by saying, and I did that all the first day of my period. Can you believe it? Is the most relatable-ish I've heard all night. Another gush. This is so nostalgic, someone else wrote in part. Now, watching the VMAs and at Katy Perry slate her performance, congratulations on the Vanguard Award, a different fan exclaimed. Added bonus was the cuteness of Orlando Bloom praising her. Hashtag VMAs, hashtag MTV. Well, of course, if you've been around me long enough, child, you know with the negatives comes the positive. So I couldn't come up in here and just give y'all the good stuff without giving y'all what some of the other people were saying. So they said that when, after she was performing and all this other stuff, and I will say this, one of the things I did notice, I was like, maybe this is the first time watching this performance and the outfit that you see Katy Perry in, that we're getting a glimpse of this futuristic type of vibe that Katy Perry was insinuating in the visual era of this record, which we did not get from the first 2 singles. But when we saw this perform on the stage, I feel like now we're starting to get a taste of whatever this visual ideas that you and your team have put together, or more likely a team, put together for this upcoming era. So it says that, Doechii was already, while she was doing her performance, she was already reclining on the platform as the opening notes of I'm His, He's Mine began playing while Katy made her way toward her collaborator. The two were bathed in a mix of pink, purple, and blue light, commonly dubbed bisexual lighting, as Katy sang, I'm his queen, I'm his freak, I'm every woman he wants and needs. Well, if he's doing all that, why you ain't had a man up there grinding and instead having a woman? So they said she took her place on the small platform as though she got on all fours and turned away from her so that both women's derrieres were nearly touching. I think I have that photo. Please hold. Well, that's not it. Wait, that's not it either. Oh, okay, I don't have it. I thought I had it up in here. But let's keep it on this one. We'll get to Orlando. I already done blew the damn situation. Orlando's face of confusion. So then they said, although it likely looked like, and then there was a point where at one point the girls looked like they were about to kiss each other, but I was paying attention because I was looking. I was like, I'm gonna try to see if y'all gonna touch lips. Of course not, because remember, this is from the same chick that said I kissed a girl and I liked it, but you ain't get up there and kiss this girl. Y'all were insinuating or not insinuating, simulating girl on girl action, which I'm sick and tired of y'all doing when y'all want to use queerness as shock value. It's tired. It's dated. Oh, sounds familiar. Kind of like Katy Perry's current rollout of this album. So it's like everything that this girl does is so 2000 and late, in the words of my girl Fergie. So look, they said that although it looked like a real kiss to audience members, that didn't stop the broadcast from cutting to Katy's fiance Orlando Bloom in the audience to catch his sheepish grin at the near kiss. Well, I wouldn't say that. It kind of looked like he was confused. He was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like that's what it gave. And look at you got Paris and Nikki Hilton there. That's hot. Yeah, she did that dumb shit too. So they said Katy has been criticized in the past by her most parasocial fans for allegedly queerbaiting with songs like I Kissed a Girl, though she has spoken about exploring her sexuality in the past, but most of her angry commenters responded to her raunchy number didn't appear to be concerned that she was misleading members of the LGBTQ community. Instead, they were upset about the faux lesbian sex and the women revealing clothing, though both remained fully clothed at all times, despite several users complaining about nudity. There was no nudity. What are y'all talking about? They said, "But I hate that what this world's turned into," wrote one offended viewer. Desperate, careers over, one person opined. This is honestly so disappointing, added another particularly sensitive viewer, while a confused fan wrote, "What the literal F did I just watch?" So yeah, there's that. And then it said some commenters even complained about the risque display during occurring on September 11th, despite it being more than 2 decades after the attacks. Some upset viewers worried that the possibility, here we go, of children seeing the performance, and others bemoaned the performance as an apparent symbol of music industry in trouble. The commenters urging moderation were few and far between, though some suggested that the offended viewers were overreacting. And what one person saying, relax, kids, the adults are having fun. And that is so true. Here's the thing. Now, I do agree that it did come across as a bit desperate, performative. Here y'all go, typical Hollywood industry where y'all want to sit up here and use the gays to create controversy, because just Katy Perry getting up there and giving a phenomenal performance of her flying across the room like she Pink and doing the razzle dazzle typical pop star thing is not going to be enough to get people talking and trending on social media. So now we have to act like that I'm going to eat this girl's box in front of a live studio audience, which didn't happen. They're not naked. This is typical pop girl stuff that you have where the girls are in great shape, scantily clad, performing. This is what happens. But y'all want to get on the kids, the kids. Y'all didn't think about them kids last week when they was getting all shot up in them schools. So we're not going to sit up in here with the fake outrage. Prudes. So I will defend Katy on that. But the other stuff, I do feel like she was being performative and pretentious and thirsty for, any kind of attention on social media to get trending. But of course, it was just like, it was whatever. I just rolled my eyes at it and kept it moving. But the fact that people getting on social media and complaining, it just sounded, it was just a bit ridiculous to me. So, Katy, while the performance was cute, I'm gonna give you a B minus. Only because, you know, you was up there with the faux lesbian stuff. And I'm about sick and tired of pop acts doing that. Particularly a lot of the women. Where y'all be running out here pretending like y'all into girls or whatever, and y'all not. A lot of y'all been running around saying y'all bisexual, that you had sexual relationships, that a lot of you men be out here queer baiting too, and a lot of the people behind the scenes be dressing y'all up all sexual between, you know, Harry Styles is one. He up here using they them pronouns like he's just because he trying to, drudge up the interest of getting people into his music, the girls and the gays, which is basically the demographic that you want to go for if you want to have any kind of pop success. Because those are the same people that listen to the Sabrina Carpenters, the Chappell Roans, the Lady Gagas, the Beyoncés, is the girls and the gays. It's not necessarily heterosexual men. So you want to go after that demographic, and notice that a lot of these men be doing that, and particularly when you get like I said, when you have Harry Styles, you have Nick Jonas, you have a lot of these ones up in here, and then I don't even get me started about Shawn Mendes' performance last night when he couldn't wait to hug his male bandmates. They were looking real cozy. But anyway, I want to wrap this up because I know I just like going on in this whole thing of flowing other aspects of the VMAs because I didn't write nothing down. I didn't feel like I needed to, but I'm sure things will pop up throughout the show that I'll talk about that were highlights, mostly lowlights. But in regards to that, so I want to know from you guys, what did you think of yesterday's VMAs? Did you watch? Do you not give a shit? I don't even know if I'm going to stick around and continue watching the show anymore because I just feel like the VMAs is just dated. It's tired. I understand it's y'all 40th anniversary, but you didn't really do anything to celebrate 40 years except, okay, you brought out Cyndi Lauper and okay, you showed past VMA iconic performances and things. And you brought up Carson Daly, who had to sit up in there and like, well, I don't know if you remember me, but or know who I am, but I'm Carson Daly. And I used to host a show called Total Request Live, and I used to, be all up in, your mother's used to be all up in me or something or another that he said that sounded sexual. But I got it. I'm like, child, you basically talking about my generation because we all old enough to be pushing out teenagers at this point. So did you like VMAs? What were your highlights? What were your lowlights? What was your favorite performance? Who were the performers that need to just sashay away and just don't get on a damn stage and perform? Let me know what y'all think of this story and give your thoughts down in the comments below.